won't stop till I hear him say,
Warning: the information that we convey in these videos and the content on this page simply provides general consumer information. It is not legal advice or regulatory guidance. It is not intended to sway your personal bias in any way. We are simply just relaying information already available to the general public. We highly suggest you do your own research and draft your own opinion on the topics disclosed in this video breakdown. Without further ado, sit back, relax, enjoy this video breakdown, and if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, consider doing so now.
And I think that you're going to see these markets collapse down. I think I'm looking for 50 to 70% in total when it's all said and done.
Okay, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that everybody had an amazing weekend. In today's video breakdown, we're going to just talk briefly about fundamentals. I'm going to give you guys a perspective that I'm taking currently right now in the market to situate myself, hopefully, for the long term. I have a lot of people message me on a consistent basis asking me certain things like, what are you investing in? What are you doing in the cryptocurrency space? Ladies and gentlemen, understand that I am both a day trader and a long-term investor. So I have two separate portfolios, one for day trading cryptocurrencies where I get in and out of the market via intraday positions and scalp positions, trading coins like XRP and Ethereum. And then I have a long-term bag where I'm holding these assets for anywhere between 2 to 5 years from now, maybe even longer, right? Now, for my long-term portfolio, for anybody that cares, all right, we still could potentially see downside risk in the cryptocurrency market. I am taking that into accountability. And with that being said, I am only situating myself into the cryptocurrency assets that are still operating around their June lows. So for example, utility-driven assets like Casper that is over, I'd say roughly about 90%, over 85% discounted from its all-time recorded high at $1.36. XDC roughly at around 19.5 cents, recorded as its all-time high, roughly around that area, that is down over 85%, and coins also like HBAR that are down over 85% from their recorded all-time highs. Now, I'm doing that, again, to minimize my risk and maximize my reward. You all as investors or intraday traders are going to have to figure out what type of strategic approach you are taking. People are asking me, like, are you buying XRP, things of that nature? Personally, ladies and gentlemen, I got into XRP roughly in 2016, 2017. So my average buy-in price on XRP is below 32 cents. For my long-term bags, I'm not investing in any more XRP, ladies and gentlemen, until we do see a price depreciation. If we do see one, again, that is not promised, that is not guaranteed. Do I personally think that there needs to be more mass liquidation events that take place in this market? Yes, personally, I believe there are too many illicit players. There are too many negative entities still operating in the space. And I do think that the market makers are eventually going to liquidate those players. And that is, in my personal opinion, going to cause another capitulation event. However, that is not guaranteed in the market. So you all as investors need to be situating yourself accordingly, asking yourself, are you here for the short-term games? Most likely, if you are, and you're here for those short-term games, consider intraday trading, where you can get in and out of market positions, right? Buying and selling price action for profit in the form of session-to-session trading. Now, if you're here for the long run, then have a long-term perspective and understand via some of the fundamentals that I'm going to show you guys today, most likely you're going to benefit from the cryptocurrency market appreciation over time. Again, this is an emerging asset class, and most likely we are going to see the majority of these utility-driven assets appreciate in value. Again, do your own personal research. That is not financial advice. But with what it is that I'm going to show you guys here today, maybe we are seeing a bear market bottom, or maybe we are just seeing a bear market temporary bullish rally, which personally I think that is the case. The macro environment, in my personal opinion, is too saturated right now for a bull market. However, nobody knows when that is going to take place. So you have to situate yourself as an investor accordingly. And like I said at the beginning of the call, I am only investing in utility-driven assets that are still operating roughly at around either 85% discounted or below from their all-time highs, or still operating at their June lows, okay? So with that being said, just again, not financial advice. That's just personally what I'm doing to answer a lot of people's questions. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that we have a discount code running on CYPRX up until, I believe, Wednesday. So that's tomorrow at midnight. You can enter in the code SPOOKY15 and get 15% off of our technical analysis mentorship program. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to be very vigilant and aware that there are some fake Instagram accounts floating around on the internet. I had somebody reach out to me who just joined CYPRX recently and said that they almost got scammed out of $5,000 worth of XRP to join the CYPRX mentorship program. Make sure that you're not responding to anybody. I do not reach out to anybody to get anybody to join the CYPRX mentorship program. The only valid link that we have is in the description below of our CYPRX YouTube videos. Okay, that is cyprx.teachable.com. The only Twitter we have is in the link in the description down below. We do not have any outside Instagrams. We are creating a Latin American Instagram, which I will display on the YouTube channel when that comes into fruition and full effect. But any Instagram right now, ladies and gentlemen, I am not personally on Instagram. I will display those Instagrams here for you right now, so that way you can see what those Instagrams look like. I believe they have a couple thousand followers each. They will reach out to you and they will get you to sign up for CYPRX, and they will scam you to send them crypto. Do not do that, ladies and gentlemen. Always reach out to me via the customer support email that is in the link in the description down below. You can sign up. We can have a one-on-one Zoom call. Always be safe and be sound. I just don't want anybody getting scammed out there. There are unfortunate players out there in this market that are trying to steal your money. Make sure that you don't fall victim to that. The only social medias that we have as of right now, ladies and gentlemen, are this YouTube channel and the Twitter account that is in the link in the description down below. And like I said, we are creating a Latin America CYPRX branch, and I will display that Instagram on the YouTube when that comes into fruition. With that being said, and that mouthful, again, an opening statement, I'm just going to share my screen with you guys, and we're just going to go over some fundamentals. Today was a kind of a dry day in the cryptocurrency market. Nothing too interesting coming out. I didn't place any day trading positions, or I haven't bought any long-term bags. For me personally, I'm waiting for this FOMC announcement to come out, this Federal Reserve monetary policy statement to be released. Just like I'm sure everybody else is. With that being said, that will overall direct my analysis in the market, ladies and gentlemen. If we see the Federal Reserve hike interest rates, again, I've already said I think that a 75 to 50 basis point rate hike is priced into the market. The only thing that I think that would create another leg down in the cryptocurrency market as of right now is if we see a rate hike that is higher than that. I'll be dropping this video tonight, so we will most likely see those announcements come out tomorrow in the news. But just some interesting interviews and articles that I found for you guys that I'd like to share before we start on this. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel. I'm considering doing a giveaway once we reach 10,000 YouTube subscribers. Maybe I'll do like 1,000 HBAR or maybe a couple thousand HBAR via a giveaway once we reach 10,000 YouTube subs, and we're almost there. So I cannot thank you all enough. Make sure that you all are subscribed to the YouTube channel and you smash that thumbs up button if you like video breakdowns like this. They do take time to create. So I thought I'd hop on here, show my face, just read some interesting fundamentals for you guys. Again, having that long-term perspective in the market as an investor in the cryptocurrency space. This article reads from the Daily Huddle: seasoned trader Tone Vays, sorry if I butchered that, reverses stance on Bitcoin after latest rally. Here's his new outlook. Some couple highlights from this. Veteran trader Tone Vays is reversing his outlook on Bitcoin, no longer forecasting an imminent collapse as he had earlier this month. In a new strategy session, Vays tells his 123,000 YouTube subscribers that he is now leaning bullish after Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market traded higher in recent days. Now, I'm not saying that these YouTubers or, these individuals with thousands of followers have any credibility, but again, it's just something to take into consideration that I thought that I'd read to you guys, because at the end of the day, if you're a long-term hodler, most likely buying at these low prices on assets like Bitcoin and other utility-driven assets, my personal opinion, it's not gonna matter in 3 to 5 years from now, because these prices are going to be irrelevant in that time frame. So looking at Vays' chart, the analysis appears to be predicting a strong Bitcoin surge to $30,000. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I told you guys some HBAR targets in correlation with the potential temporary bullish relief rally. I'm going to be seeking to allocate profits from my long-term bags if we do see any sell pressure pick up at premium levels, where the banking institutions could be potentially building exit liquidity beneath lows. Again, faking everybody out like the bottom is in, and then potentially selling off price action again. So just be mindful of that, ladies and gentlemen. If we do see a bullish rally on Bitcoin into $30,000 and we see altcoins follow, consider taking profit. That is not financial advice. I know what it is that I'm going to be doing and what chart technicals I'm going to be looking at. All right. Moving over here to another interesting article. This again has a long-term perspective tone to it. $500 billion in asset manager Apollo launches new crypto custody services for institutional investors. $500 billion asset management giant Apollo Global Management is launching a new cryptocurrency custody service for its clients through a partnership with digital asset platform Anchorage Digital. According to a press release, Apollo is partnering with Anchorage to become one of the largest private investment firms to offer crypto custody services. So again, we see time and time that these big institutionalized players are coming into this market, and that is going to help us as long-term investors later down the road. Two other key highlights from this article: Apollo is a leader in alternative industries, so their use of Anchorage's custody platform is incredibly validating, and we expect this collaboration can set the bar for how institutions work with regulated digital asset banks like Anchorage to provide custody and other services for their crypto holdings. Earlier this month, and this is what I was talking about right here, BNY Mellon became the first major U.S. bank to safeguard crypto assets alongside traditional investments on their platform. The bank received permission from the New York financial regulators earlier this year to store Bitcoin and Ethereum for its customers on their platform, subsequently launching a custody service afterwards. So again, that is extremely bullish for the cryptocurrency market long term, because the institutionalized players have the green light to come and start to invest into this crypto space, right? Here's the last article from the Daily Huddle that I thought that I'd read to you guys. Crypto analyst says Bitcoin could triple in price to $63,000 before the next BTC halving. So again, this is more so of a long-term investment article. I'm not going to sift through this one just to cut time in half on this video. I will link this one in the description down below if you guys want to go read this. It's pretty much just, long story short, saying that we could see a potential rally, and that the BTC rally usually takes place 15 to 12 months before the halving actually takes place, or that is when the bottom of Bitcoin usually starts to formulate and Bitcoin starts to rise back to the upside. So again, ladies and gentlemen, something to consider. Also hinting to the fact that the Federal Reserve could potentially pivot in Q1 or Q2 of 2023. That would also be a bottom signal, in my personal opinion. Something that we as crypto investors are all waiting on is for the United States dollar to capitulate and depreciate in value. Moving over here to some interesting interviews and some video snippets from these interviews that I collected for you guys, again, so that way you don't have to go through and watch the entire interview. I watched them for you and pieced them together. Make sure that you guys smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will see you guys in the next YouTube video breakdown. Make sure that you all are doing your due diligence, doing your own research, taking it upon yourself to be mature adults in this market, and only investing with capital that you're willing to lose. Over 6 figures that I have invested into this market, if it all goes away and goes to zero, which I highly doubt is going to happen, I'm willing to take on that risk. You have to ask yourself, as an investor or as a day trader, are you willing to take that risk as well? In my personal opinion, the only way to get the biscuit is if you risk it, ladies and gentlemen. I did not mean for that to rhyme. Anyways, blessings to you guys. I will see you all in the next video breakdown. Sit back, relax, and enjoy these video snippets.
By talking about the markets, as I mentioned, stock markets had a nice rebound in October. The S&P 500 is up 7%. The Nasdaq's up 3%. Bitcoin, the other risk asset, is up 4.5%. And gold actually is down 1.5%, so slightly flat. So we're seeing a little bit of risk on appetite, where we have been over the last 30 days. What happened? Can this continue?
We do know that bear markets, which we are still in a bear market, create the best rallies. And this could have been, or could be, just a bear market rally. But one of the big problems we're seeing here, David, is a real lack of liquidity in markets. And I think a lot of that has to do with the news items coming up this week, which is FOMC jobs, and of course, a week from Tuesday, the election.
Let me just, we're going to touch on all these things in just a bit, but what do you mean by there's no liquidity in the markets? What's going on?
Volume is extremely light. There is not a lot of retail participants right now. Right now, you've got a lot of funds just pushing money back and forth. Well, like I said, seasonality says that we could be in a position to go higher as you come into the fourth quarter. Again, I don't like the markets here all time long, so I have to disclose that I am long right now, but I hate it. And I think there's a tremendous amount of room to the downside. And I think that you're going to see these markets collapse down. I think I'm looking for 50 to 70% in total when it's all said and done. And obviously, we're nowhere near that. We're about halfway there at the moment. But I think there's a lot more room to the downside, because I don't think we're going higher. But certainly, it wouldn't surprise me if we popped a little bit higher first before going lower. So there's a lot of factors that go involved. But one thing you have to learn as a trader is you can never fight the tape or fight the action of the market, because the markets can last, or as John Maynard Keynes, who I'm not a big fan of, but he did say the markets can remain irrational a lot more longer than you and I can remain solvent.
Which is lower inflation, which is what presumably most people want. What is their excuse then, according to your poster, for allowing this to happen?
Well, my excuse is that the progressives hate America. My excuse is that they're trying to destroy the American middle class. I mean, when you look at some of the things that we have done here, okay, when you just stop drilling oil, for example, okay, and you out of nowhere, you have no plan to get the green energy, which is fine. You want to get the green energy? Great. I don't believe in it, but great. You want to get there? Tell me how you're going to get there. fix the power grid. The power grid could not support it. You saw the story in California. Buy a Tesla on Monday, but you can't charge it till Monday night after 9 o'clock. The power grid is not set up to handle what they want. Give me a plan. In the meantime, don't break the middle class with this high inflation while you're buying oil from Saudi Arabia and draining your SPR and giving that oil to China, when you have to defend your own country first and your own people first, which they have totally not done. They're looking for the Great Reset. They're looking to bring this country into to the middle class to its knees and come to a two-class system, because when you look at it, they destroyed small business. All right, you've got no competition for Walmart and Amazon. You've got no competition for Google, no competition for Facebook. So where does it end, David? That's the problem. You eliminate competition, that eliminates small business, it eliminates the appetite for capitalism and to grow further.
You said they're preparing for the Great Reset. The Great Reset of what exactly, Todd?
I think that we're having a organized central bank Federal Reserve thing to break down to come to a one currency, a digital currency, a world currency that will then give them total control of how they want to print and spend and pay the money, because there'll be no more printing. They'll push a button, but not only that, they'll be able to track every move you make from the time you're born to the time you die. And I think that this becomes a much bigger problem, because for Americans, they're destroying and taking away much of our freedom, so that these politicians can scarf off the top and put more money in their pocket. I mean, remember, every bill so that these politicians can scarf off the top and put more money in their pocket. I mean, remember, every bill.
Is this firm specific, or is the entire sector just about to see 2001 over again?
I frankly just think there's a whole bunch of uncertainty, right? And I think retail as a whole is, completely, they're going to be in for a tough winter season, right? And that, when you look at Amazon, that's that challenge. When you look at, Facebook and Google, they're so reliant on advertising these days that when people know they're going to be spending less, there's going to be less dollars that go to advertising. So I certainly think that these kind of consumer adjacent, sort of technology stocks are going to be in for a rough winter. And I would probably suspect that, the winter season is going to be rougher than people are even predicting today. However, I think when you look at kind of broad other applications of technology, kind of blockchain, when you look at the private markets, when you look at the enterprise markets, those are still continuing to invest in this space. So I certainly think that, the adjacency of retail and tech are in for a challenge because of people's concerns about the economy. But, when you look at technology and the enterprise, it actually ends up becoming a source of cost savings and improvement in efficiency. So that's where I would probably be placing tech dollars more so than, outside.
You wouldn't consider Bitcoin a safe haven asset? You wouldn't apply, would you, or would you not apply that terminology to Bitcoin?
I think that in the short term, no, and in the long term, yes.
Crypto investors are wondering, not just Bitcoin, but all of crypto. But let's just touch on Bitcoin for the next question. When do you think Bitcoin can recover? What is the trigger for the next bull rally of Bitcoin, you think? What macro event do we have to watch out for, Devin?
Well, like everything else, I think people are really waiting for a clear stop to rising interest rates, which will then, I think usher in a lot more sort of inflows back into the economy from people that are kind of just, hiding under the covers. And I think at that point, we see, kind of Bitcoin as being one of the big, alongside gold being one of the biggest beneficiaries of people really getting back into the markets, because, there's no visibility on what's going to happen with corporate earnings. You have no idea what's happening with, salaries as clearly, with consumer spending. But, with these safe haven assets, it's a really easy place to kind of go get outside the dollar.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys enjoyed that little tiny fundamental breakdown. Remember, long-term perspective versus short-term perspective, understanding what type of trader you are, whether you're an intraday trader or a long-term hodler. Two types of investors, and really truly understanding which one you are will determine the type of moves that you make in the current cryptocurrency market space. Ladies and gentlemen, blessings to you guys all. Make sure that you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you guys are not getting spammed by any malicious Instagram or Twitter accounts. Remember, the only social media accounts that we have is this active YouTube and the Twitter account that you can follow in the link in the description down below. Don't click on any outside resources for our CYPRX.teachable.com website. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go on the website directly via the link in the description down below. You can apply up until Wednesday at midnight, the code SPOOKY15 to get 15% off of the CYPRX Technical Analysis Mentorship Program. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as always, please be cognizant, be aware, and I will see you guys in the next YouTube video breakdown.
I won't stop till I hear him say,